Okay, here we go. So, yeah, just to start the stream, let me say that we did skip Wednesday this week for one reason or another.
Yeah, it's kind of my fault, I think.
Yeah, maybe,
But
but whatever. And yeah, today is Friday, so it's also another good day where we can talk a bit about arm wrestling. How are you feeling, Morris? Feeling good?
yeah, just ate, so nice and yeah, feeling good.
So you are a student now, right?
Yeah, I started like 2 weeks ago, so also
Okay. So something
going
new
to
for you as well, right?
yeah university. Yes, no,
Yeah.
yeah, and I mean it's nice so far. It's good to have to just focus on a couple of things rather than a million different things. Like
Right.
so, it's nice. I like it.
So, but did you have like a an empty year where you didn't really study anything?
Yeah,
Because
two empty years. Yeah, 2 empty
two empty
years.
years. Oh, okay,
Right.
that's
Yeah, yeah.
interesting.
Like the first year after, I guess, what would you call it, high school or something, whatever,
Yeah.
higher education. I was just like it's called like substitute teacher at my old public school, right? And then I
Oh,
did
okay,
that for a
interesting.
year, and then this last year I was just IT support at the hospital, and I'm still doing that, but it takes pretty much nothing out of me, so it's nice. Like it's very relaxed. So it's easy to do while being
Okay,
here
okay.
also.
So now, yeah, I never really asked you about it, so I thought like I thought that you were always maybe a student. Maybe like I thought that maybe you went to high school and now you started university or something like that.
No, I
But
didn't go
okay,
straight.
okay,
Yeah, took some years off.
okay. So,
The high school was also very shit because there was Corona and stuff, so it was very
so the end of it was a bit strange, right?
yeah. But not only the end, also it was like almost half the high school was from home.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So wait a second. For
or
you,
at least
high
a
school
good
is
part of it.
what? Since
I think it
are
was
you talking
from
from 9 to 12 or what? Like the
what?
grade?
I think it was from 19 to 2019 until 2021. I think.
Okay,
I
okay.
think
So
Corona started 2020 right or something.
yeah. But okay. Interesting,
Yeah.
interesting.
So
So I
I guess
guess
you go.
no. So I guess yeah. I guess being a student is quite good. I'm sure you will have plenty of time for arm wrestling.
Yeah, I think so far it's no problem. And also the university is like a kilometer away from our club, so easy to go from there straight to training after if
Right.
the hours are late or whatever. So it's quite nice.
I remember my studies as well. Like I remember I would always prefer arm wrestling. So for example, even if I have a huge exam on Tuesday, let's say, but Monday evening is a practice, I would still go to a practice.
Right.
Uh, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm thinking also like you should be able to like have 2 hours or at least 2 hours or 2 hours twice a week to train, right? Like why would
yeah.
if you don't have that, then you should probably manage your time a little bit better or something. I don't
So that's
know.
what I thought. I thought that it kind of only helps like some kind of physical activity on top of
Yeah. Also clear your
mental.
brain,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, for sure.
I don't
I
know
think it's
how
good.
sometimes people are getting too
Right. There's a
stressed
lot of
about
guys in the
this.
club that also like I stopped because school and stuff
Like
like
oh, my exams or whatever. I can't
yeah, right.
really.
Yeah, like
Like,
I don't like
it doesn't make sense to me. Mhm.
sound we'll see, right? Because I'm still at the start, so maybe I will also
Mm.
be but hopefully I can still I feel like it was I don't feel like if
Yeah, it's just proper time management, I
if I
guess.
stay focused, I think it should be possible, right?
Yeah.
I guess if you fall back, then there will probably be some stuff you need to make up for, right? So that way, maybe it will be hard. But I think if you can manage to You know.
Yeah, if you feel like it's not too difficult, then. But even if it is like too difficult, then you can still find time for
Yeah, right.
a
Because I
bit of
think it's
physical
like
activity.
yeah, because I think they said that you need to allocate like 40 hours a week, so a bit over like an average job or something.
Uh-huh.
So like you should have time for
Yeah.
if you yeah. So but we'll see. We'll see.
Somebody is asking if we ever competed in the Judgment Day.
What is
Where's
that? Is
that
that
one?
that tournament or something?
I feel like it's a tournament somewhere in the middle of Europe, if I remember correctly, but I'll Google
Hmm.
it as well.
It's a Hungarian championship.
Hungarian, okay.
I did see maybe. Did I see Reno competing there maybe at some point? I think
I don't know. But yeah, I didn't go. Budapest.
some years ago. I feel like I've seen some videos of Reno there. Maybe Armwrestling explained, but yeah, no, I've only been to a couple of tournaments outside of. You've been to plenty, right? But I feel like
But yeah,
maybe
not
I've
this
been
one.
to no. It's not one
Recent,
of those more known ones, right? That I feel like it's a little bit less known.
yeah, and somehow it's difficult to travel for like average level tournaments.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can. So basically, you would go locally, you would go for whatever, which is close. But then if I'm traveling to Europe, I guess it will be like a European Championship or something like that.
Yeah.
I'll
Maybe
look
it
at
is
it.
well known. I don't
He
know.
said I thought it was well known. Maybe it is.
Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know. Like,
So I felt like I heard the name before, but yeah, I didn't
yeah,
really.
I
I
think
don't
I've seen
remember
her
considering
competing
it too
there.
much.
Yeah, there's not really anything drawing you to go there, right? Like,
Yeah. Anyways, so are you going to this competition Uland at the end of the year?
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I'm a bit fat right now, so I need to just, lose like 2 kilos or something. But
So just stay fat.
yeah, but I don't know. I don't wanna.
I
I'd
mean,
rather
it's not the
run
world
from the big
championship.
boys. That's true. That's true.
No need to run from them.
But
Ideally, you should start beating them.
also it's a good way for me to maybe just get a little bit better in shape. Like I don't know.
Because you feel like you are maybe a little bit starting to get to.
Maybe it's not like I mind too much, but if there's a tournament where maybe I'm 2 kilos off or something, I'd rather just drop down
That's
two
not
kilos.
much. Yeah, that's not much.
Yeah, yeah. Like I just need to. I don't know. The small things that need to do to make that weight. So
Yeah, because since I saw that event happening, maybe I'm not
you
even
wa-
gonna.
you wanted to go as well, right? Or no?
Uland?
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe I would go, but I was just thinking like, okay, maybe Rage Cup is not necessary if we have something for people to
Mm.
participate in.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know.
Maybe because now it's September and
Yeah. So
that tournament is in December,
and
right?
then late afterwards we would have nationals, I guess.
That's first. That's in
Um,
March. So I think maybe
yeah.
you
So
could do Rage Cup in like January or something, or maybe in the end of January, February.
or maybe in the middle of the year and like next year.
Okay. That would be like long. That
Because
would be. I think.
that's
So then you will have one Rage Cup. What
a
like
year, right? Right.
earlier this year, and then yeah, that would be almost like one a year.
Yeah. So I
That
guess
would,
minimum is one a year, and then if I see that we have some hour competitions, then it's great. If
okay,
we
that
don't
makes
have them, then
sense.
we can have some more.
That makes sense. Still, one a year is maybe not.
You feel like you need more?
I mean, we haven't had anything right since. Did we have Rage Cup or Nationals last in Denmark?
Maybe it was a Rage Cup.
I think Rage Cup was last. Yeah, Rage Cup was last. So I don't know. Then it will be from Rage Cup was what, end of March?
Maybe April, at the end of April.
But anyways, it would be like 7 months between competitions, right?
Yeah. So it's a little bit.
A little bit much, right?
Yeah.
Should have had something in the summer, maybe. Probably it's good well as well. You could probably just do it outside.
Yeah. But yeah, so you feel like you need more competitions, or are you somehow satisfied?
I feel like more competitions would be good. I feel like
It's interesting how, yeah,
Go.
having a good club somehow makes the competitions less necessary, right? Feels like we are always almost like competing in the club.
I still feel like competitions is way different. Like,
Yeah, of
especially
course it
for
is.
newer guys, it's just not you can't compare going to a competition to fighting a little bit with some guys in the club, right? Like, it's not the same. Like the adrenaline you get from going to the competition, and like I still remember my first competition. Like, everything just went out of my head, and I was just standing there like a statue or something, right? Like all this
I
stuff.
just waiting for the other guy to start, and
Yeah, and just not reacting at all. So I feel like competitions is important. And there's some new guys coming in, and they maybe we need to try out competition. Then just fighting in the club is not the same, right? Like, it's just not.
I guess the adrenaline is and everything is just a bit different, right?
Yeah, and people are going 100%, right? Like, you're not necessarily going 100% in the club.
I remember back in Lithuania, many people would say that during the competition they really forgot to do so many things somehow.
Yeah.
I don't. For me, it was never really a big problem. I feel like because I would always come in a bit of like quite calm, no screaming, no, just concentrated on whatever I'm doing. So I felt like I was never really losing my mind completely.
That's good. But I
But
think
some other guys, yeah, I noticed that they are just forgetting everything
at
they
least
learn.
like a lot of people get nervous, right? And nerves, then you start like
Yeah,
doing stuff that you maybe wouldn't have done if you didn't have the nerves, right? So you forget stuff, and yeah. So that's
but
good that you don't have that. Like, it's great advantage for sure.
yeah, for me, it's a good thing. Yeah.
For sure.
But also, yeah. So what I was trying to say at first was that it doesn't look like people are craving for these competitions too much. That's what I'm noticing somehow.
I guess.
Yeah,
I think there's
because you have
also some of us went to IFA Europeans also. There was some gaps there that were filled in, right? And now I think Niels went to Senikand, and so there's some.
Niels
But I
is
feel
also going to Malaysia, by the way, right?
I saw Niels is going there, and who's going else? I think it's
Is
Rasmus
it
and then
Rasmus? Yeah, Rasmus.
Nana, I think. So
Nana also okay.
So not too many guys going, but
yeah, it's cool.
It's cool. Niels is nice. He's competing everywhere pretty much, right?
Oh yeah, so he's going far, man. He's taking seriously.
Yeah,
He's basically more active than you are, right?
Yeah, competition wise for sure right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, I mean his left feels really good. Like, I don't think I can do anything with his left. Like, so yeah, Niels is great. There's a good question there, I think.
Yeah.
Armwrestling Explained is asking Minda, what's the heaviest well-known opponent you've ever beaten? So maybe let's just think, and maybe let's like think about some of the.
By well-known, he's talking about arm wrestlers, right?
What else would it be?
Meaning that like experienced arm wrestlers, right?
I guess
Because
so, yeah.
I did beat quite many big guys, but if they are somewhat well-known, then
it's tough, right?
it's difficult. It's tough. Yeah, it's difficult because
it's probably most likely not gonna happen, right? I think.
Maybe you could say that I have not beaten any.
You've beaten some guys that went up, right? Like, what's the fast Kazakh guy? Press.
I
Talgat.
remember.
Tayev, you beat Talgat. He's bigger now.
Yeah.
But he wasn't bigger when you fought him, right?
I remember the Swedish guy. What is his name? I think his name is like Dennis. Um,
The Söderlund guy, or
Let me remember. I'll try to find him.
what about
Yeah,
the
Dennis Soder, I think.
Söderlund, right, or something?
He's
Oh,
only
Söderlund,
known locally, I guess.
right?
But that was, I remember, quite a fun competition. Not for him, but yeah, I was a small guy. Like, what is he like? He's a giant, right? I wonder what is his weight.
I think he must be over 100, right?
Maybe 140.
140. Is that big?
He's that big, yeah. Did you not? You never met him, right?
No, I think I just seen something on Facebook maybe or something.
Um, Let me try to find a video of him.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't really think about anyone really right now, I guess. Because you haven't been that many well-known heavy guys.
Yeah, so I guess like I should just talk about some local, well-known guys, because those guys are normally reaching like 130, 140 kilo. That's quite normal.
Yeah.
Because the rest of them were really like the stars. They wouldn't.
Yeah, it's not
I
really.
wouldn't beat them at 130. But yeah, the story about Dennis Soder was pretty funny because the guy is. I don't want to talk badly about him, but he's a little bit special. Doesn't like to lose.
Yeah, okay, I see.
So I remember after losing to me on that day, he immediately went back home. Didn't come to the podium. Nothing like that.
Oh no.
Wrote on Facebook that he's quitting arm wrestling. That's it. No more
Really?
training. Yes, yes.
What? No way.
So yeah, that meant
Oh,
he's back now. But yeah, like it was a big
yeah.
shock for him.
Damn.
He said like what? Yeah, he was about to quit everything.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, that's not the way to go.
yeah, that's a better
Probably
way
need to.
to
Well, I just saw some
handle
video,
it.
right? Because I think like even Vovoda lost to Svetan in Solitude or something at some point. Like happens to even the best guys, right? They lose to the lighter guys sometimes. It happens. Like
maybe earlier in his career, like
I think it was
because
even. I think it was even in the later years.
it's possible. Yeah.
Yeah. So like need to put your pride aside sometimes, right? Like even just come back better and stronger.
Yeah, so some guys are somehow they do have very big ego. It's very difficult
Yeah.
for them to handle losses.
Yeah. For sure.
But in arm wrestling, I feel like you will not improve if you cannot handle the losses.
No, for sure not. Okay, maybe another good question here. Lagi is asking, who do you think has the best chance to beat Samushia? We kind of already talked about this, right?
Maybe, but I'm not sure if I remember.
I don't know. I think. Who do you
Do
think?
you know who Samushia is fighting next?
No, because Enkin, right? He's fighting Enkin, I
Yeah,
think.
Engin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure Enkin is ready for that. What do you think?
Engin has the style and everything to do well. But yeah, but Samusha also looks pretty good lately. Like he was quite massive and big.
He's like won 6 times in a row title
Yeah.
matches.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Like
Pretty good.
doesn't really get much better, right? Like
Yeah, so of course he's like great, but also I'm looking at his like overall level because sometimes he might dip it a little bit, and so I feel like he's in
yeah. I mean
he's in a good
really
shape.
right now is that performance at AMC, right? That's the only thing.
Yeah,
Like
that was
that's the
his
only
low point.
what do you call it, right? Like not sure what the like the saying
Like
is,
a
but
like a
it's
like a
the
low
only
point.
like spot on his on his perfect
Yeah,
resume, right?
CV.
Like, yeah. So maybe, but I don't know who could beat him.
So yeah, somehow Engen, I feel like he can do well because Samushia has a pretty big, long hand. So Engen will have like me and Cherkasov, I feel like I can maybe open Cherkasov just because his hand is so long, and so I can target him like a bit here.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the same thing with Samushia a little bit. And Engen is also not the same as he was when he was 65 kilo, right?
But what about with? Mm, I guess he did destroy Ray, but I don't know. He also kind of got a little bit injured with Ray, right? I feel like.
Right.
Is he liable to get injured again if there's a lot of pressure?
Yeah, the thing is that I don't know what is Engin doing exactly. To me, it seems like he might be on something because it looks very muscular. Looks like he's in good shape.
Mm-hmm.
So that so because of that, I can see him just progressing like crazy in a very short amount of time.
I guess, yeah, I guess.
And he knows what
Uh,
he's doing. He doesn't want to lose. That's his own promotion, by the way.
True.
In Turkey.
But I mean, also the question was, who do you think has the best chance? Do you think England has the best chance?
Mm. Okay, who else?
Mm,
Maybe we should talk about like the best chance stylistically. What is the style to beat Samusha?
Maybe I don't know. I always think about you see Samusha as like a hook guy, right? Mainly, right?
Yeah, mainly hook.
Right.
Hmm.
So I always think about like this. I think it was Todd Hutchings who said that like the strongest hook guys don't like getting hooked. So I feel like maybe a really strong
Right,
hook
that's true in
puller.
some way. But before that, the top rollers must be annoying for him also.
Yeah. 1 second. I'll be back.
Yeah. Okay, let me see. How much strength difference between left to right hand in percent? Is it for me? If you guys talk about me, then I think I'm
I'm
pretty
back.
close. Okay. So yeah, if you go back to Samusha, I would think the top rollers would be the most annoying, but at the same time, he's the guy who has a good hook.
He seems like he's really good at sinking people in, right? Like,
And yeah, on top of that, the hand is just great. It's like almost like Bojidar.
mhm.
It's good to the point where he is able to get everyone in. So
Maybe
maybe you're
even
right. Maybe it's a good hook.
imagine if Sasho could make Sasho's like 90 kilo, right? He could probably make 85. Like
Oh yeah, I'm sure he can. I'm
like
sure he
I feel
can.
like he would be a good bet to beat
Right.
Samusha. Because
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know,
But you're right. So maybe the good hook is the key here.
like imagine maybe Sasho loses to Todd when they have their match. They're probably gonna have a match at some point, right? And
Uh,
then say, okay, maybe he wants to be the champ. Maybe he can. That will force him down to 85, and we will see probably a really good match. Maybe even Sasha could just flash him. I don't know.
yeah, it's still not too easy in that case either for Sasha, but yeah, Sasha is maybe the one to like shorter levers.
Yeah,
If it goes inside, Sasha has a huge advantage.
yeah, okay, that's true. No, because Samush is not gonna top roll Sasha, right? Like that's not gonna happen.
No, 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 I don't think so. No.
So
Mhm.
it's gonna go in hook, and yeah. So maybe my bet will be Sasha if it
So I agree,
turns out
Sasha
that way.
or someone else who can.
You want some strong top roller? Is that it?
Sorry, say it
You want
again.
you kind of feel like some strong top roller would be the
No,
guy to
no.
do it?
Maybe I feel like a good hook is even better because top
Yep.
roll is maybe just because Zamusha is so special, similar to Bojdar. top roll becomes maybe a mistake also because they are just too good at stopping the top one.
All right.
But yeah, what about Borjdar? He is a bit out, right?
Yeah, I don't think Boshida will. I think it's for Samusha. I think
Yeah,
Samusha will be too much
they did have a match at some point, right?
in
East versus
East versus
West.
West.
Yeah.
Did they? I guess they did. And Boshida did get a pin or something, right?
Let me bring it up. It was an 80 kilo world title match.
Oh yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see. I can see.
Yeah, but Samushi is also able to outlast people. He's
And
just
look,
getting into that position and he's
right.
sitting, waiting.
And he has way better hand here. Way better hand. See it, right?
So,
Like
yeah.
Boshida is turned over.
But also Borjdar is maybe using his joints quite well here.
No.
I wish he was a little bit more patient, Borjdar.
Yeah, but it's hard when you don't have the good hand, right? Then you're just using more and more compared to your opponent, right? If you're just sitting there.
I like Borjdar's position quite a bit. Like, it looks fine to
so?
me. It's like it's a nice hook to me. Just a little bit too aggressive, I feel like. If he just
like
waited.
David's position way more.
But you see, even David is also
but
on the edge. Here we go.
Yeah, but I think Boshida is gonna eat. He probably easy to say now, right? But because the match already happened, but I think pulling from that position in more rounds will tire you out more. Just because he has worse hand position.
No, I don't know. To me, this is Samushia not fully committing his frame, meaning that he's less efficient. He's like, to me, when I see it as Borjdar being more efficient. But I don't know.
I don't know. I disagree. I mean, like because you see it, right? Like Samushia has his hand cupped. He also has like his pronation activated. He's not turned over. So like
you see, when you hook, that position is suddenly not.
It's Boshida's position is worse.
But look, Borjdar is targeting Samushia's wrist, like his. Can you see the mouse or no?
Yeah, I can see the mouse. Yeah.
So like he's really going in. Like if someone does this to me, like attacks the area here,
right.
I'm really getting uncomfortable very quickly because it just hurts a little bit. Like
yeah, I don't know. I think I would.
No, to me, like Borjdar is a little bit on top. Like
he's not on top.
Like here he is, like, the initial.
No, he's a little bit more. He's more.
Just look at it.
He has more center, I think, but he's not. His hand is compromised way more.
But look, so Samushia is now almost.
Yes, when he does the hit, then Samushia does get down a bit.
So this is not great for Samushia, really not great.
I would way more like to be in Samushia's position than Boshidar's. Because you see, whenever Boshidar is dragging, he's using his full, like his arm, everything, right? Like.
So let's just agree to disagree, as we do it very often.
I guess, but I don't know. It's like Boshidar got tired, right? Like that's what happened in this match.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So you're saying that you're right, but okay, what?
Oh yeah, but it's easy for me to say right now, right? Because the match already happened. But okay, yeah. Did you answer the question about the strength difference in your left and right?
Yeah, so I was talking a bit about it. I said that
clearly your right is better. Clearly your right is better. Like
you can feel it, right?
I can't really feel it too much because, but you can see from your matches, like.
So matches at WoW, for example, or
In general, I think also wasn't it also with no with Tudorian you had an easier match on the left, right?
yeah.
So, but I feel like you're right.
But I
This
have to
looks
agree.
more,
Like even from WoW experience, I felt so much more comfortable on the right. Like
yeah,
maybe the difference is not high, but that small bit of extra power on the right
right.
makes it feel like okay, I'm much more
Like,
relaxed.
where do you feel the power? Where do you feel like there's more power on the right compared? Is it the wrist or is it the rotation? Where is it?
Maybe just the elbow joint, so
Oh,
biceps side pressure just
you have less
holds
side
better
on
by
the left,
itself. Yeah,
but also your when you lost to the kneel, right? Your wrist went on the left, so maybe
right,
even the wrist
right.
is a bit worse, a bit worse.
But maybe that was mostly like a technical mistake by me because
Maybe
top roll versus top roll is very. He's super strong.
tricky.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
it's
strong as
tricky. Yeah,
well.
he was
It's easy to
posting,
make a
right? He was
mistake.
posting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were dropping rear wrist, right, a bit.
And
Or
initially I wasn't able to really get a good angle and stop the match. Like so,
yeah.
it was just a flash pin. But yeah, later on I got a good stop and it was fine.
So it's mostly side pressure. You feel like you have more on the right.
Feels like I have to work much more with my muscles on the left just to
Get to the
be
same
in the
position.
yeah.
Like yeah.
Where on the right, almost everything I just leave it to the joints and just naturally they hold.
Hmm.
So it feels like yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you look at the results, I'm happy that the results are starting to be more and more similar.
Yeah, but still
So
with the left, it could have went bad for you. Like
yeah, like a
it
few
was,
matches
it was
were
not a safe win on the left.
right, right.
Like you
The
would need
Armenian
to
also, yeah,
a minion was very close. So you should probably
yeah, yeah,
you still need to add something on the left before you
for
can like
sure.
because it doesn't seem like there's some guys that could show up that didn't compete. It doesn't look like there's anyone that's going to be difficult on the right, but left you could be tough next year, and you could maybe lose it if you are the same next year. So
Let's say, yeah, I cannot disagree. Cannot disagree here.
right, okay. So
Yeah, we can maybe look at some other questions, right?
yeah, let's see if there's so many. So there's Jeremiah saying that he can see Engin flashing Samusha a couple times, but not sure about 3 times.
Mm.
That does seem like
Yeah, that's a good point, right? Three times.
Engin's weakness, right? Is his endurance a bit, right?
True, true. That's for sure a problem for Engin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're right. Maybe because also I would prefer if Samushia wins. I don't like Engin. I don't like to see Engin. No, I like Engin, but I don't like to see him winning. So I hope that Samushia comes in good shape and just handles the
Right.
situation.
Push him down to your weight class, right? So you can have a match.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, Engin is
But Engin is
going for the best people ever. So
and
it's very
he's a
respectable.
very determined guy, right? Like when
Yeah,
I'm sure if he's taking a match like this, he knows that he's not gonna be like it's not gonna be a mismatch, right? He probably knows something. He's not just taking this match based on
yeah.
nothing, right? Like
And just in general, yeah, he's always jumping on the biggest names, like even Makarov a bit earlier,
hmm
and now Samusha and so on. Like so, it's nice that
yeah.
he's going hard.
So and Richard saying Svetan, Sasho, Plamen. Oh yeah, Plamen. Yeah, Plamen. I was thinking about that too some time ago when I saw Plamen just destroy Brandon Elsessor. Did you see that?
Did you see that Prokopchuk just beat Plamen again in
No, I
some
did see it.
local tournament?
Really?
At least I saw a picture of them standing on the podium.
Oh, that's
Uh,
interesting. Okay, because
So yeah,
I just remember seeing Plamen. You remember at that I think it's Be Strong or something, where Plamen was facing Brandon Elsessor,
yeah.
and he kind of made more like he kind of did beat Brandon easier than Samusha did.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I was like, okay, maybe Plummer would be nice to see him in 85, but it's probably not gonna happen right now, right? But he would for sure be a good shot. Then he's saying Viral,
Mhm.
Dobrin. I don't think. I don't know. I don't think.
Yeah,
Not sure about
Viral,
Dobrin.
maybe Viral. Like he's so sneaky on the right.
You think he can top roll
He might
Samusha?
be able to because he's really doing everything like
Yeah, yeah. Like I saw a really
in
funny
the right
in
way.
WAF where he was like he was sitting so far away from his hand. It was really funny to look at.
Uh,
Like he was. I don't know. I think he was sitting like in the setup. He was starting like this
like
almost.
that. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like
crazy. But he is
seems,
doing something very correctly. I should maybe ask him how is he training because he is doing my thing, but then he is able to generate even more side pressure. I feel like.
really
Yeah.
doesn't look. It looks like he doesn't fight side at all. Like he really goes
No,
for
no. I
this.
feel like he is. Watch some of his matches. You will see like
I
he's
was
doing
watching. I
the
was watching it. I was watching WAF.
he's doing the technique which should result in him having low side pressure, but then he's still able to generate quite okay side pressure. So basically, that's the most impressive thing to me because that's exactly what I need. I need a little bit more side pressure while I do my thing.
Right. Yeah, but I don't think. But yeah, okay, sure. So and saying Soloyev.
Yeah, I have
Is
no
it
idea where Zoloev is now.
does he mean Alan or the older brother?
Oh yeah, so Alan would be interesting because
Like I was thinking about Alan as well, but I was like, okay, it's probably would be more nice to see Alan at
yeah,
75. But Alan could for sure be. I think Alan could probably beat Samusha, maybe even like.
yeah, great hook.
Yeah,
So he would good endurance.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
we need to
still,
see more of Alan because these are
yeah,
his
he
good
seems like a
years.
fucking monster, right? Like,
Yeah, he seems like such a fucking monster. So and we don't see him much, right? So it's a pity.
yeah. The Guru was the guy I think I was trying to say last time we talked about it. The guy who won AMC 85. But the thing is,
Uh-huh.
Alan beat him right in the Open.
Yeah,
So yeah. So good suggestions, I think. But
but yeah, I feel
Samusha,
like yeah,
but still, Samusha could even still beat these guys. Maybe, probably, like it's possible.
yeah, most likely, yeah. But and also Samushev now, when I think about it, he's just always so fair.
Yeah, he's a good sportsman, right? Like,
Yeah, he's just which maybe is a bad thing. Maybe at some point people will use it and defeat him. I
he's
feel like
not
he needs to be a little bit more
annoying,
uh, annoying, yeah, for a grip and so on.
right?
Because you see, like he was struggling. You say he was fighting Elcessor a bit harder than Plamen. He
It
was
was for sure.
working with Elcessor.
Yeah,
So maybe it's just because he's just so fair.
I feel like Brandon was almost close to pinning him once, right? But it seems like this is common for Samusha. He kind of has a lot of close matches, right? Like,
Yeah, that's
not.
what I'm. And I think that's the reason because he is really just letting people into their strong spot and
Mm,
trying to beat them from a good spot.
yeah, maybe. Okay, and so yeah,
Somebody was
saying
also talking about
go.
Svetan.
Yeah, I don't think they're
So
not letting him pull, but he for sure is. He won the qualifier, right? So he should be getting a match there at some point. Yeah, I'm also a bit weirded out by King of the Tables matchmaking, right? Like it seems a bit funky.
yeah, like right,
Like
like
why are Matteo Renki and what's the Norwegian guy's name? Why are they pulling? Like
let me bring it up the full card so I can. Where can I find
it's
it? Core Sports, right?
it's Lars Robaken. It's Lars Robaken. So like I think the John and Vavoda match is nice, right? Legacy match, and
Wait a second,
then
is it gonna keep moving now like this?
yeah,
Or
it's
do I
moving.
stop it?
Just
Okay. Let me do it in a different way.
wait. Let me pull it up. Anyways, I can pull up the gold something maybe. The picture is also here. Or is it? Did you stop moving now? No.
No, no,
Wait.
I will stop.
Let me share my
Moving.
screen.
Or I can also share a picture now.
Is this maybe good or no?
Mm,
I don't know.
maybe mine is better.
Yeah, let's take yours. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. I like the John and the Voda match. Interesting match, right? And I also think
But
Matt
okay,
and
you started by saying that the matches are just a bit weird, right? Like, and it's the same every time.
yeah. So yeah,
Uh,
like Ray and Engin, right? Weird match. Well, like
so when
what
Engin makes the matches for East versus West, every match makes sense. Like
every
it's
match is
interesting.
yeah good matches like.
And then these guys make matches, and it's just a bit weird. Like it's like
Yeah,
why?
like why are Tent Shaw and Kalinichenko pulling like it's not like
Maybe
and also like it's not that it's a bad thing right like
yeah.
we will see some matches maybe we didn't expect and maybe some could like maybe it's really entertaining and stuff but like I don't know
No, so
like
it's not bad. It's just the matches are at the end, of course, interesting, but you feel a strange feeling about like it's just a bit weird. Like
it's
how did
different
they
right
even come up with it? Yeah,
especially when King of the Table is supposed to be like a little bit more premiere right compared to East vs West in some way because they have less matches so it's supposed to be maybe more high quality
it feels
matches in
like
some
the
way.
King of the Table is just more focused on big names. I feel like
Yeah, but then why do they have Robakin and Matarenki? Like they're not big names.
maybe somehow I feel like Robakin is known in the community.
But like not really though. Is he like
Well, in the old, like
yes, of
I think
course
he is known, like because
he's
people,
known, but I think a lot of the audience that buys pay per view nowadays probably don't know who Robakin is. Like I know he's been on Armwrestling right and stuff like that, but
yeah, he was always just a freakishly looking guy.
yeah, he looks crazy. He looks
But
crazy.
he never really, I don't think he ever achieved any huge victories in arm wrestling. Maybe a few
Right.
bigger matches, but so yeah.
Yeah, but I like the Matt and Ron path. It's nice. Probably gonna be a fun
But
match.
also Ron Bath, is he still in a good shape?
And I'm
Seems
not
like
sure
he's
what his
getting a
shape
little
right
bit
now,
old.
but remember, like just I think was it 1 year ago he was pretty much 50-50 with Sura, right?
Yeah,
So
but
he's
Zurab is a small guy.
I think Sura was like 100 plus back then. But I get yeah, I know
Yeah,
what you're saying.
small
He's a smaller,
frame. Yeah.
but
Mm.
Sura was also Sura's a strong guy, right? And I think Ron is good. I think Ron is good, and I think Ron beat Matt last time they faced.
Okay.
So I don't know. I feel like it's not a bad match in some sense. It's
So
also
for you, the most weird one is
no,
Matarengi.
but these are good names, right? Also, you were saying like they are focused on good names. These are good names, right? Like
Yeah.
Ron Beth and Mad
Oh yeah.
Matt, they're
Right.
good names.
The the
Yeah,
fans in US, the crowd in US for sure know
yeah.
all of them well. So
So right, yeah. So the three matches on the right, I think are nice.
look,
Like Vovoda and Brzenk and Matt and Ron, and I really like the Krasi match. I feel like Krasi and Lachlan is gonna be a sick match as well.
I think I know what we are doing. Like, aren't we just making matches which would be relevant to every continent? Like, Australia, New Zealand, whatever. There is some kind of
The
community in that
Nordics,
area. Yeah, Nordics, right? Like Robak, and
right?
then US is super important.
US, Russia,
Um,
Ukraine,
yeah, Krasimir, yeah, Russia,
Eastern Europe,
Voivoda. Like, so
USA.
that becomes a really like a worldwide event, right?
You feel like they're
Everyone
kind
will
of
tune
trying
in.
to pull all the
Yeah,
continents
like
together, get as
just
many
to get the
pay-per-views.
most pay-per-views. Yeah, so must be that, like, because it
Mm,
feels like
yeah, I
when
mean
you
I
look at the
agree.
names, yeah,
King of the Table does feel more like a business than East vs West, right? Like
yeah.
East West feels more like a passion project in some way, right? Like
Mm.
I see what you're
So in some
saying.
way, it's pretty smart. Like,
Yeah, it's smart.
everyone will find some names who they are interested in. So
Right. But I feel like now maybe I'm just hating on Robakin, but I don't know. Like I'm from Denmark. I couldn't care less about Robakin. I would rather see someone else, right? Like I care more about the Brzenk match for sure. Way more invested in that than.
but you see, Brzenk match, I almost dislike it for some reason also because
Yeah, I know, but at least
it
John
would
is
feel bad
getting
if
paid,
John
right?
loses. It would
Yeah,
really
but
feel bad if John loses.
would it? Like he's 60 also. Like remember, like he's 60.
Still, I don't like to see it.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like
I don't want to watch like
I
if
kind
I
of feel
start.
like I don't know. Maybe I'm insane, but I feel like John has some like I don't know. Unless Svoboda
No,
is
I
just
think he has
coming
a
in
good
like a
chance. I
fucking
think John should have a good chance, right?
yeah. I think also John's style. If he doesn't try to hook or something stupid, if he stays on his his rotation. I was just looking at the Vovoda versus Bresnan match, right?
Yeah.
And Vovoda was trying to pin Bresnan, but Bresnan was opened up, but he was rotating, and Vovoda was losing his wrist when he was going. I don't know. I could just maybe Brzenk has enough to do that same.
So who do you think will win?
Yeah, I mean the logical thing would be to say Vovoda, right? Just
I
based
think
on
that's
like
the
the hype
logical
about it.
thing. Yeah.
But
Mm.
I don't know. I'm gonna say Brzenk just because I'm maybe it's I don't know. There's
But
some
yeah, from some of the interviews, Voivoda was also a little. At first I thought that okay, Voivoda is not gonna make the same mistake. He will be much more ready this time. He will not. I think against Bresnan he was maybe underestimating the guy.
mhm,
And I thought that okay, now and I we kept seeing him train with Morozov and the other guys for quite a while already.
right.
So it would make
Seems
sense
serious,
if he
right?
isn't, yeah, if he's taking it a bit more seriously. But also some of his interviews, he's downplaying it a little bit. He's like,
Yes. Yeah.
Engin called me. I just like okay, let's do it. John Berzang, but
Uh-huh.
didn't. Yeah, from the interviews, it almost seemed like he's maybe not that ready,
Yeah.
just doing it for a show. But
I don't
but
think
I don't
so.
know.
I think he's coming in really hot, probably.
Yeah, so I feel like he must like
And we've seen him
yeah
training with those Blinkov camp like for a long time, right? Like
yeah,
and
and also feels like he's under pressure here, so he must perform. If John loses, I think John will see like whatever, like I'm old.
yeah.
But Voda wants doesn't want to lose.
Yeah. So yeah, I
So I think
agree.
yeah, the most logical thing to be would be to go to the
Right.
Voda again.
But I just maybe it's because I want him to win, but I'm gonna go with John for sure. Like,
No, I would
it's
love, yeah. I
yeah.
would also because yeah, Voda is also the guy who somehow I disliked so much
Yeah,
all the
we
time.
both
I
agreed
don't
last
know,
time that we don't really rate him that high, right? But
just because when somebody is um, how to say inflating their achievement way too much. Maybe the achievement was not that great. Let's say beating John
right.
after John was already like pretty much done during that tournament.
Right, and he was also I
So
think John was 95 kilo, right, or something. He was not even
yeah,
he was
95
just going
kilo, and
up.
he had plenty of big fights of Taras, right?
Maybe,
What's her
yeah,
name?
yeah. But also Vovoda kind of destroyed Taras also, but so he was clearly strong back then, right?
But yeah, in these tournaments, it's so easy to
But I agree. Like
get damaged and
I think that's the reason why people like John so much, right? Because he just competed all the time, didn't duck
yeah,
anyone, and he kind of just kept going. If he lost, he came back and won, right? Like it's not like
yeah.
he lost and then he just didn't
So
compete
there's
anymore.
nothing bad to say about John. Like he was really
Yeah, he was
always very
competing
brave
and
and yeah,
right, and he was not pumping himself up. People are it's kind of just something people have given him, right? Like the like ghost status or whatever. Like
yeah.
it's
Meanwhile,
not
Woda felt like he was
the best,
talking too
right?
well about himself,
I
and
think I was watching that video, and I think Vovoda said like when he lost to Travis at that World Championship, he was like he hadn't lost in 3 years, something he didn't expect it at all. like right, like he really felt like he was
yeah, like,
the best,
and he's
right?
always
Like
like this. Also, the way he acted with Tim Bresnan,
yeah,
uh, if you remember the match.
yeah, I remember
So
it. Yeah, I just saw this video recently, like kind of summing up some of the voters, so that's why I have it fresh in the head. So yeah, but then he beat Travis again in Study Tour later.
yeah,
So, but yeah, I hope John wins. Would really be nice. I'm just gonna say
yeah. If
I'm
I
going
see
with
John
John.
starting to lose, I turn it off.
Yeah, no, yeah. When John lost that match to Irakli, I was fucking devastated. Like
Ah, right.
that was the worst because he was gonna win it, and then he started showboating, and he ended up losing. I was like, fuck. Like he should have won that match, right? Like
Yeah, I remember watching it live, but
yeah,
then I just went to I thought that John is gonna win because yeah he did well in the first rounds, right?
yeah. The
So I just
first
said,
two
okay,
rounds, I think.
it's done now. So I went to
Yeah, right. Because he took the
continue
risk, and he
practice
was kind of
fully.
just sitting there and letting
Yeah,
him try to press him, and like
and yeah, and then suddenly people are starting to. I remember to get interested. And I thought like, okay, what's happening? How is Irakli still alive?
yeah. So yeah, I think just some of those guys you just don't want to see them lose, right? Like I also remember when Devin was fighting with Gennady, Simon from our club, when Devin lost, he was like fully like he was so destroyed. Like he was like I can't believe it. Like
Simon?
yeah, Simon was like
Oh.
really sad that Devin lost to Gennady.
I remember I was so happy. I was screaming in the crowd. I was like, yes, yes.
Oh yeah,
No,
that's
but it's
funny.
beautiful when these hook guys, um,
No, but
they can still catch Devon.
it's funny to
And
see like right how invested we're getting into some of these athletes,
right.
right? Like it's really like any other sport. Like imagine you're sitting there and you're kind of like almost sad that some guy lost a match. Like
Well, me
and it's
personally, I still don't
right.
really care. But
But okay, you haven't had any matches where you were kind of like, fuck, like
no,
no. Okay,
no.
maybe you're not. I don't know. But okay, but clearly
Maybe
a
I'm
lot of
different. But I really, yeah, I
but
just don't care.
just the fact that a lot of people kind of have that investment in the matches and that is cool, right? Like it shows that
Yeah,
the potential is there. It just needs some time to grow and
yeah. So the fans are really quite loyal and invested. And yeah,
yeah.
where did I see it that arm wrestling is somehow we have more arm wrestling fans buying pay-per-views than, for example, strongman fans
Matt
buying.
Rhodes. Matt Rhodes.
So somebody was, yeah,
Did you
somebody was
do
saying
you
that.
follow Matt Rhodes on Instagram or no?
I
Maybe
don't think
maybe
so, but maybe I
okay,
just
I
watched
do.
the video on YouTube or.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, maybe I told you or something at training because I remember I was kind of shocked when I saw that on his
No, I think I
story.
saw it on a video somewhere else.
Maybe that's also possible. So yeah, I think the only reason why strongman because they strongman competitors earn quite a lot, right? Like it's the sponsors, and
Yeah,
that was what
yeah.
Matt said, like that the sponsors they have really good sponsors, like this
I,
Rogue
I
the
guess
sponsor
strongman.
makes like bars and stuff, like
Yeah.
they
I think
sponsor
they are
crazy
just.
amount of money.
I think they are able to attract many people who are just random people
Right.
who are arm wrestling. If somebody is watching arm wrestling, then they are somehow
Yeah.
they are real fans already, right?
I was also
Mm.
thinking like aren't we kind of missing out on so many possible members by not having our club in like a public gym? Like imagine if we had some space in a public gym, like like the spaces where they have like the dancing classes or whatever. Imagine we just had a room like that, and everybody who walked in to like do their normal training could see us train like through some window glasses, like I think
But
like
look,
gym guys.
Norebro Helen is like super public, right? It's all open. Plenty
Yes,
of people go
but
through.
it's the audience, like the audience. The
Um,
gym audience, like the gym audience, are the guys who are gonna start arm wrestling, right? Like someone who cares about strength and stuff like that. Way more likely
yeah,
than some guys who are maybe going to play. We did have some guys come from the basketball hall and then see it and was like, okay, let me go
yeah,
try. But it's way more likely to have someone from a gym, right? to come try.
But not really, because sometimes, like, because remember, I was in our two clubs, like in my hometown, which
Hmm.
was in the gym, and also another in Vilnius, the capital city, while I was a student,
Yeah,
also in the gym. And people just they just choose, if they chose not to touch arm wrestling ever, they don't come. They just do the gym stuff. They
right. But the thing is about getting exposed to it, right? Like if
So
if you're
I feel like
joining,
we have more exposure in Norberhallen.
yeah, but
I feel
not
like
to.
many
I
people
feel like
keep seeing it.
agree, but maybe I feel like a gym would be even better because those guys are way more likely to actually want to try it. Maybe not. Maybe not. It's not necessarily. But I feel like that audience is way more. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like the gym guy would somehow
Be
sudden
more interested, right? Because he's like,
be
oh, I'm
more interested.
strong. Let me, or I've lift some weight. I feel like I could do something here, and
But you
it
see, it almost doesn't work like that because they understand that they will come in. Let's say they're a muscular guy, they will come in, they will get destroyed. So it doesn't look good for them, and also they understand that it's a different thing because at the end it is a super different thing. You can almost not
but
do the
but
both
you
things
see,
together, right?
right? But you see, they don't understand it from the start, right? Like probably feel like, okay, I'm strong. I could probably beat these guys because I'm strong, right? And they come, they get fucked up by the girls, and they're like, shit.
By the girl.
They're like, shit. I need to get better. At least in my mind, I feel like you that kind of motivates you to be like, okay, I need to get stronger. Like, need to know how to get better at this because I want to be able to
Yeah,
do good.
or just never come back again.
That's but I feel like those guys who have that mentality will probably not be guys who would stay there anyways, right? Like,
Hmm.
so yeah, I don't
Did
know.
I did I tell you about that one guy um, who I feel like I regret it a little bit, but I feel like maybe I treated him badly, and that was the reason why he never showed up again.
No, I didn't.
Mm.
Maybe I heard something, but I'm not sure.
So one guy once came to Norra
Ah,
and
the
he was
kid.
not the kid. He was quite a big guy, super muscular, huge frame, and yeah, even before we started doing something, like because I could see that he is super athletic, right?
Right.
So I was asking him, okay, so how did you find us? Are you interested in the sport? Like, do you feel like you will keep coming back and so on? And he said that, yeah, if I do well, I will. I would like to be the champ. So he clearly had the character or mentality of just pushing hard. Um, and yeah, but at that time, somehow maybe it was some kind of Thursday or something like that. Not a big practice, I think, or maybe he came a bit early. It was just me, Mariukas, and maybe some other smaller guys.
What time was it? Was it like a year ago or before that?
Maybe more, maybe a bit more, like maybe 2 years ago or something.
Okay.
And the thing is, I didn't tell him that I'm strong, right? I didn't tell.
Right.
I just thought I was just acting skinny. Um, so yeah, we arm wrestled a little bit. He couldn't do anything to me, but like it was still super tough because he was strong.
Yeah, of course.
But I was just playing. I wasn't being rude or anything, but I was just
No, but you're just kind of downplaying it a bit, right? Like
yeah,
acting like,
downplaying like da, da,
yeah,
da. And then Mariukas tried, um,
and you couldn't do anything, or
but most likely most likely just because I already made the guy tired.
you also
Most
got
likely just
smacked
because
by
of that.
Marukas.
And the guy is even also before he goes to arm wrestle with Marukas, he said that like so Marukas is even bigger than me, so it must be stronger than me, right? And I said like yeah, he's bigger, so he's stronger.
Oh no.
And so yeah, maybe it was my mistake. It was fun at the same time. I was expecting him to come back, but yeah, he never showed up again.
Yeah.
So maybe we left a bad impression that small guys are too strong, and he thought that maybe it's not worth it. So
Yeah,
like,
but to me, that's kind of one of the more appealing things to the sport, right? Like that you can be a small guy and beat
Yeah,
bigger guys. But I think it must also be difficult if you're a naturally big guy, right? Because
right. If you
if you lose to someone who's way smaller, it does look a bit bad. And
so it's
no matter,
interesting when you're small, it's so much easier to just get into a sport. You don't expect anything from it. You just enjoy it. And then if you are the bigger
right?
guy, you would
If you're
expect
like
to win.
if you're like a
And
genetic
of
freak,
course, it
like
will not go your way at the beginning for
it
sure.
won't. Yeah, it won't.
So that's why it's tough for the bigger guys maybe to join.
Yeah, and you see
This,
clearly the guys who stick to it, like you will see they get good. Like you see Larry Wheels, right? Like he didn't stop, and now
yeah,
he's
yeah.
getting to a good level. So it's about staying with it, right? Like need to be
The
not get
Swedish
discouraged.
guy. What's the name of the Swedish guy?
I don't know. I take is a barbell Viking, right? I think that's the easiest way to like
Right,
talk about
but
him.
okay. So you know that guy.
Viking
He is
barbell.
like I can see he's super smart. He is taking it well.
Yeah,
So I don't know how is he so smart, but maybe
I can't.
from his past
I,
experience. But
I really can't wait for him to fight with Torstein. Like
oh yeah, so they are having a match, right? That's
they
gonna
should
be
have a
fun.
match. They haven't heard anything about the when or, but I just remember him
Uh,
challenging him, alright, and Torstein said yes. So I feel like they should be fighting, and
but yeah,
feel like
but yeah, that guy, I feel like he will do very well.
yeah, he will destroy Torstein also. I think, but let's see.
What do you
And
mean? What do you mean? Also,
I just feel like you said you thought that he would destroy Torstein, right?
no,
No? Oh, okay.
no.
Well, I think he will destroy Torstein.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm just sure that over time he will be improving so much because he's not afraid to lose at all.
Yeah, it's a good thing for sure.
Okay, where did we leave? Should we go for some more comments or should we finish this picture?
I mean, we didn't
Yeah,
really.
Krasi and Lachlan is nice.
Yeah. Are we doing predictions now at this point? Like we already had the
Maybe
picture
no,
up.
maybe no. Yeah,
No?
no.
Yeah, we can do it next week, perhaps.
But yeah, Chance versus
Sergey?
Sergey. Also a little bit interesting somehow
Yeah.
out of nowhere, but
Just I think I have chance winning.
nah,
Yes.
nah.
Yes.
Okay, maybe.
I
But
like
okay,
I
so
like
let
I like Chance's style. I think it's gonna look kind of like Matt, but I think he's gonna stop him earlier than Matt.
no, but no. If I think about it again, I think Sergey is too much.
Interesting.
But wait a second, Chance. How did he do versus? He was fighting Oleg
Petrenko? Yeah,
before. Yeah, Petrenko,
right.
and he was okay, right? He was almost
okay. Not he didn't do that good, but he was okay. Yeah, for sure, he was okay.
okay. So the fact that he was almost okay, yeah, gives him a good chance here as well, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Chance will pull it off. And who do you have against? Who do you have? I think Kasi and Lachlan is also an interesting match. Who do you have there?
Boom. I would say it's Krasi because Krasi should be strong enough to stop a match. He's sometimes struggling against some of the bigger guys where he can't even stop it properly. I feel like he will grind it out.
See, I feel like Lachlan will take this one.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Like the way I don't think Lachlan will attack. Oh, sorry, I don't feel like Kasi will attack Lachlan's hand, which is kind of his weak point, right? So I feel like Lachlan they will both be going into hook, and Lachlan's problem is not being able to sink into hook properly, right? With a good
Like he's
hand.
still.
And with Kasi, he will get it. And Kasi seems to a lot of times hold like without his pronation. And if I feel like if he lets Lachlan sit on it his arm like that, I feel like Lachlan should be able to get it. I feel like it's a very good stylistic matchup for Lachlan. So
But
unless Kasi
also,
is really much stronger, then I feel like Lachlan should. And I don't
But I
think I
feel
don't
like
think Lachlan.
it will be difficult for Lachlan to finish. He's just a bit open, not so compact.
I feel like because he does, I agree. He would probably be open a bit if Kasi was attacking his hand. Like all the guys Lachlan has faced, they attack the hand a lot, right? I feel like he will not open up this against Kasi a lot because Kasi is not like
But it feels like even if he gets the hook, he's still a little bit not really in a hook. He's more
I think
he's
so.
more in a muscle hook, not a good
but-
joint hook.
I agree, but Kasi is kind of the same way.
No, Cross is just full joints at this point, I think.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I feel like Lachlan
Okay,
will
so-
get to a really good position and
So
I
what
don't
do you
know.
think will happen if the match stops for 5 seconds?
I feel like Lachlan will be able to sit in like a deep hook and just wait it out. That's what I see happening.
But you see, nobody waits.
Kasi will be waiting like this, and Lachlan will be on top of him like this, and I think he will be able to bleed him out from here. I think this is such a strong position for Lachlan.
But nobody bleeds Krasi out. Like Krasi is training on the table every single day. Nobody.
Man, I think so. And Kasi lost. Kasi got bled out at AMC.
Yeah, you're right. Like Krasi has problems with right hand, I guess. Yeah, he still has that. Like he cannot even bend it.
Open it fully. Yeah.
Or he cannot open it fully, but he cannot close it fully. So he's a bit stuck. Maybe that's his problem. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel
Okay,
like
so
Lachlan. So
but you're right. It might go Lachlan's way as well. It might go. Yeah.
So look, this is gonna be a good one because we probably pretty much have exactly opposite guesses for each match. So
You're saying
you
are
said
you saying
Ron?
Ron?
You said I'm saying am I saying Ron? Are you saying Matt?
I think I'm saying Matt. Yeah.
I was kind of gonna go with Matt as well, to be honest. But the other matches, you're going with a voter, right?
Yeah.
And I will go with Brzenk.
And then Sergey is going.
I will go with Chance, and I will go with Lachlan. So
and I'm going with.
So we have 3 matches.
And then Robakin and who
I don't even know. Like, I feel like this one we should maybe not even predict because
it's almost just a wild guess, right?
Yeah, like no way to know. There's nothing really to go off of.
I will say Robakin then.
Yeah, I feel like that was also gonna be my. Maybe you can press him or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know, and I feel like Matt is about to get back into a good shape. I feel like Matt could take a run now. I agree. I think I will also go with Matt. So,
okay, so
yeah, but we have 3 matches.
Three matches.
Yeah. Three matches with opposite picks.
Okay, let me go back to the comments for a bit.
Yeah.
Where did we stop?
Far up, I think.
Are you gonna win an overall title?
Guy,
PoE 2 comes out. Okay, somebody is. Yeah, I guess.
Perfect, huh?
Yeah, perfect sound.
There's a two coming out.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh no.
Oh no, another world title.
You're going down to 65, I guess, right?
Yeah, 65. Yeah. Yeah, I have to win. Like as many classes as you can. But yeah, I guess 70 is the lowest one for me, and then I will go.
You're probably not gonna go lower, right? It's not very smart.
I was only competing at 65 very, very early on, like just a couple of tournaments.
Ah, you did? I didn't even know.
I did 65.
Okay.
But yeah, just like 2 tournaments maybe.
Right. Look at this one. Like this, it seems like a lot of people have this match in their mind.
See if he has truly much.
Yeah,
I would like it. I would like it. I feel like I have all the.
Yeah, you will kill him. I don't know why guys are suggesting this match. Like,
no, maybe they think that I cannot flop press, but I feel like I'm.
Also, you could just get on top, and I guess you cannot do this press, but you can probably flop him, right?
I think flopping would be the most efficient.
Yeah, man, you need a press like we've talked about already, but if you get that press.
But also with Crazy George, I would never be overconfident. You never know. Like his arm is really stuck. So
No, you need to be confident here. I think you need to be confident here and show some confidence.
no, I would like to see what happens, but I wouldn't say that. Oh yeah, I would crush him. No, I don't. I'm not saying that.
No, I'm saying that. So
Okay.
let's. But yeah,
So
some of those Canadian guys set it up, man. Yeah, let's see it.
mhm.
But Be Strong Arm Wrestling or Canadian Federation? Why not? I think you got some questions at the club even, right? People are asking like,
About
how do you
Crazy
think you would
George, yeah.
do? How do you think you would do against him? Like, seems like
But yeah, I feel like I'm all right.
yeah,
I would
sure.
not be stupid, and I would not just try to do my move and get stuck in his king's move.
No, yeah.
I feel like I know how to go around it by now. Okay, let me see. Let me see. How old is Mindaugas, and is this his prime? So I am 32 years old. Maybe for some other people it would be the prime age, but for me I feel like I'm still going up.
But you're
This
up
but
there, right? This is your best shape yet, right? Like,
yeah, so let's say from now on up to I will not get any weaker up until probably 40. So another 8 years of me not getting any weaker at all, maybe stronger. So I feel like I will be at 35. I'll be stronger, for example,
right. I
because
don't think 35 is a
because
bad
I'm
age.
not even trying hard. Like if I just tried a little bit harder, I feel like I can still. This is my lowest point. You could say.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, you're not. Yeah,
I'm doing it in a way which makes it very easy for me to maintain it, like super easy.
yeah. Cool. So
So
yeah.
yeah, eight more years of.
So you're gonna be in your prime at 40.
Yeah, 40 should be the prime,
Okay.
and
Cool.
then if
But
somehow magic,
you see it's
maybe I
possible, right?
also yeah.
Sorry,
Say
go
it
ahead.
again.
Okay, yeah, it's possible. Like you see Devon, right? Probably people are gonna say Devon is in his prime now, right?
So my natural prime, I think it will be at 40, but then maybe I'll also go that route
Go the
if
crazy
I'm
route.
like 55.
Yeah.
So maybe my true
55. Okay,
prime.
55 is maybe a bit late, don't you think?
It's not too late. No, it's not too late. 55.
No.
Okay, from 50 to 55. That's it. But
Right.
yeah, so
Yeah.
let's say my
Because
real
Devon is
prime.
48 now, right? Like
48, you said?
Devon is 48.
Okay. So yeah, my real prime would be at 50, I guess.
That's funny.
But also, I'm not sure how much do I respect the guys for doing it on gear, right? So like,
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Um.
hanging cutting the to 80. Yeah.
mm, mm.
Mhm.
Jimmy is saying that Samushia will stop
Stop
Soloyev.
Zoloyev.
But Soloyev has great endurance, it seems like.
And he
Okay,
said
we're
that he
talking
was
about
talking about
Alan, right?
Haji Murad. No, Haji Murad here. He said I'm talking about Haji Murad.
Okay, okay. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Because Alan seems like he has great endurance. Like,
Yeah, Alan for sure has a good endurance. How many comments did we get here? I'm still scrolling and
there's a lot. I think people were talking to each other.
oh look, somebody likes the match. Matteo Rengi versus Lars.
Man, he's being sarcastic. Come on.
Is he?
Yes.
Okay. King of Table matchmaking is totally random. Last minute too.
Yeah, and like why not put Svetan on there? Like, I don't know.
Okay, and one more sarcastic guy, right?
You thought it was serious at first again, like,
Yeah, I was like, oh wait a second, one more guy.
oh, one more guy who likes it. Oh,
Yeah,
never
no,
mind.
this one is more obvious that it's sarcastic. Okay.
Yeah, this one just doesn't like. Oh, you mean the comment?
Yeah, it appears that Larry has no affiliation with Cat table anymore. Yeah, maybe Larry just
I think it's
went
because
back
he's
to
US,
US.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. I could care less about every match on this card except John vs. Wood.
Uh, I like those three matches we mentioned, the Krasi
Wait
and
a second. So, yeah,
Lachlan.
which match would you say is the most like relevant if we talk about actual like strength, not
Yeah,
just big names?
relevancy. They're not really relevant, these matches, right?
So yeah, John versus Wood not relevant. Lars not relevant.
Chance versus Sergey not
Mask.
relevant.
Hmm.
Matt and Ron not really relevant. They're different weight
Maybe
classes.
Gracie versus Lachlan is the most relevant.
That does give us some info, right, on Lachlan a bit, but the other matches were kind of
If Chance beats Sergey, then that match is also quite relevant, I would say.
okay, maybe that's
Because then
then.
it means that yeah, because Sergey is somehow
But
okay.
still, we don't really. Okay, Sergey is quite good actually. Like, right, like Sergey did
Yeah.
quite good against the Kazakh. What is the Kazakh? The big Kazakh. One
Oh
was
yeah.
like
Oh yeah. Almost got him.
right 2-3 or something. So
So Sergey, I would say, is very high level. So if Chance can beat him, then suddenly it's a good match,
this
and
also
they are
shows that
both.
Matt is at a good shape, right? Because Matt also almost beat Sergey. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so there's a bunch of okay. So I guess that is kind of relevant, but yeah, the John and Vovoda is kind of because John is not super heavyweight, so I don't know why. Vovoda is maybe also not super heavyweight, but definitely not the same weight class as
Yeah.
John,
Well,
right?
what I said, he's the 112 kilo now.
Only 112.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, but yeah,
So
maybe
yeah.
not the most relevant matches. Mm,
Okay. 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 If it was about big names, they should have Schoolboy, Larry, and the card. And yeah. Yeah. That. So I guess joining big names with strong players is another tactic which you could do, right?
like yeah, but putting those guys against
And
again, maybe it's
they
just
will get crushed, right?
right. Maybe it's just the I don't know the theory or whatever about like putting some social media guys on there.
Yeah.
But that's what they've done in the past, right? A lot. Like I
And
think
that's also a little bit weird, I guess. Also,
like Khaled against Ryan Bowen and Khaled on the same day having a match with Schoolboy
yeah.
before the one with Bowen, right? Like
It's also interesting that for me, at least, as an arm wrestler, I almost don't want to see any of these matches like with people who are big names, but they just have shit technique, shit endurance, um, just hard to watch. Basically, like not a technical arm wrestler. Um, Basically, it doesn't look good. Sometimes you look at the guys pulling, and it's just beautiful, like super efficient joints and everything, and great
yeah,
endurance.
that's why I think weight class arm wrestling is good because you won't have matches where like the strength gaps are necessarily too big. Like all the WAF classes, right? Except for certain ones, like they will always have like really good matches in the finals because you will basically find the two best guys and then they will usually
Yeah,
be close, right? So
yeah,
like that's why weight classes are kind of nice because they usually give you a better chance of having like an even match, and it will be whoever has the better style or better adjustments or whatever, right? Like
yeah.
I
And
feel
maybe
like
we really lock up in a very nice way and just sit and wait and like make small adjustments. And
yeah, because
meanwhile,
you
if you,
go
yeah, if you have to watch like Pavlo or Kyle Hutchinson or even Larry a bit earlier, like you watch these matches and just it's terrible. Like it's hard to watch.
yeah
They get charred after 2 seconds, and then it's terrible.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I agree. But like, I feel like it's like some guys, like maybe Larry, we get him in some more tournaments.
No,
And
Larry's
see,
getting good. I like Larry now.
yeah, like, and he also looks way better, like technically, right? Like he looks like he's
Yeah, he's fine.
performing
At this point,
good
he's
several.
good.
So throw him in some high level tournament, maybe I don't know what tournament could he even go to that would make sense. Some tournament in Europe, right?
I
Maybe
think
some.
all of his US tournaments are good for him at the moment. Like
Right, but the level there, who's he really gonna face? Who's gonna show us? Like, just for us also, like, for to kind of give a more like good perspective on his level, right? Like,
no, but his level is also maybe not that amazing yet. So for me, I would just let him play a bit longer in these
true,
US tournaments,
true.
and then a couple of years later he can start thinking about something more serious.
Yeah, okay, maybe that makes sense. Also, there is some heavyweights, super heavyweights in US that's also like maybe Derek, and people still want to
Hmm.
see him and Derek right after the practice pool. And
Yeah, Derek is getting murdered by Leonidas and
right,
Larry,
no,
but
but that was
yeah,
I
I saw
you heard
that
the
thing as well.
backstory,
Like,
right? The backstory
yeah, I
behind
have
that.
the
Yeah.
backstory, so I think Derek was not that bad. Like,
No, I think Derek would beat Leonidas for sure.
but when I saw that video, I was like, "What the fuck, Derek? Like, come on, stop losing to this
Right.
guy."
Yeah, it's terrible. You can't be losing to some.
But okay, so apparently it was not that bad.
I think it was uh, showcased in some very favorable way for Leonidas.
Wait, what? Did John delete
I
his
think I
YouTube?
saw something about this. I think he
People are saying
deleted.
that he deleted all of his videos
Yeah, I think he removed his lives or something. He used to do a lot of those lives, right? And then he
and
removed
doesn't
them.
post anymore. Okay, wait a second. Let me check. Why would he do that?
Mm,
Did he get tired of
no idea.
John Brzenk?
Doesn't make sense to delete it, right? You can just not go on it. You don't need to go on there, right? Like, just have it up there. You might want to come back to it at some point.
Cannot even find his channel.
Really?
How is it? How is it? He calling? Ah, okay. I think I found it. John Brzenk. 40K subscribers. Just a few videos. Live. Yeah, not many lives. Okay, so it
Yeah.
seems
I
like
think
he really deleted all of the stuff.
he still has some
Interesting.
videos up, like the Korean mess wedge and some practices.
Mm.
Right, but
But yeah,
no
so
no
saying that,
live
yeah,
stuff.
it's strange and weird.
Yeah, who cares? Whatever.
So maybe he's, yeah, as Timmy is saying here, maybe he's distancing himself again from arm wrestling.
But I don't know, but he's still taking matches, right? So
Maybe this is the last one.
maybe. I mean, also fuck all these like super heavyweight matches. These are just like some, I don't know,
What are you talking about?
like he's fighting
Still about
Zeplenkov and Vovoda, right? Like
uh,
big like big opponents. Like John is still
right,
really
right.
he's still really good in 105. Like,
Yeah, you're right. Why is he going up like that?
I mean, probably because
Just because in his day, like he used to be able to do that.
I think just because he got offered a good money and he's like,
Yeah.
why not, right? Like, still probably wants to beat Vovoda. But yeah,
Yep.
so do we have some more? Or should we maybe?
Let me see. I didn't even read this comment. Let's say Yusuf Wilson. I find it very rare that someone who is not already interested in the sport from internet exposure joins an arm wrestling club and comes regularly. Meaning that normally people come in and they already know quite a bit about arm wrestling these days, right?
I think a lot of the new guys who came in like the time I came around was because of that, right? But I think there's also a lot of people recently, like maybe their friends, they bring their friends or something or whatever.
Look, he said that do we ever reach it? Yeah, we are a bit bad at this, I guess. Maybe if we get the super chat option soon, maybe that will make it easier for us to
Yeah, because it's hard, right? If you answer
yeah.
one question and then if there's a couple of guys in there writing questions or typing stuff, then you
Yeah,
will be
we have so
you
many
will be
guys to talk to at the
you-
same time, so it's impossible to.
yeah, you will be talking about the question, and then all of a sudden the list of questions are a lot like a lot longer down, so we won't see
Yeah.
the recent ones, right?
So
What
what is
my
your
weight
weight,
is,
Mars? Yeah,
like I think a little bit under 91, like 90.8 or something.
big boy.
Yeah, I'm eating good, eating very good.
Okay, so at least you don't have a problem where you are too skinny and not able to build muscle, like I
No,
had
yeah,
that problem at the beginning. I remember.
yeah, no. For me, it's easy to drop weight, but it's also easy to gain. So just depends
So
what I'm
for you, maybe
eating.
it's the opposite. You almost have to start checking yourself a little bit, like is it too much or not?
Yeah, but I feel like I have just been eating the same thing, and now my weight is kind of around here. Like it hasn't really gone up anymore.
Okay, so if it stopped, it's fine.
Yeah,
Because there's always that risk of getting too fat, and suddenly you cannot really come back into your own weight class, and then you're
right.
not that
Like
competitive.
getting some not useful weight, right? Like
Yeah,
yeah,
it's good to stay athletic and maintain your good metabolism for as long as possible, so you can be athletic and competitive. So
right.
especially if you feel like you want to win world championships, for example, one day or something. Yeah.
Yeah, agree.
Okay, what else? What else? People are talking about Todd being killing everyone inside, which is true.
Except for Prudnik.
Somebody is agreeing with me that Lachlan is all biceps and muscle, and then Karasi will gas him out.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
That's what I think, at least.
See. I think Lachlan will surprise you guys. I think just but that it's not really because he's doing anything special. I just think it's just the way Classy pulls kind of allows him to use his power way more.
I see. Mhm.
It's not like Lachlan is doing anything special. I think I just feel like it's good stylistically for him.
Timmy is saying that he's not very excited about King of the Table this time. Yeah, I don't know. What about you, Mars?
Yeah, I want to see the John match, so that's the main attraction, really, right? Like the other ones could. I wouldn't buy the card without that match for sure, right? Like
So with John and Wabola is saving it for you, right?
yeah, don't you think? Like
Yeah, probably. I agree.
so.
And
Yeah,
also, if it was, yeah, it's funny. If it was not King of the Table promotion, maybe I would still not even buy it. I don't know. So somehow
right.
the fact that it is King of the Table,
You think like if it was like some random promoter, you would maybe not even buy it.
it's interesting how if I feel like many other people are watching the show, then I would also maybe like to join and see what's going on. But
Mhm.
some of these smaller promotions, they don't manage to attract the people around the world as well. And
Right.
then maybe I feel like okay, I can skip it also.
Yeah, you just look at the results or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why I always like the ones who get like the wave, it will kind of grow exponentially, right? Compared to other things,
Yeah.
right? Like in some
Mm.
way.
So yeah, in that way, the guys at King of the Table are maybe quite smart, as we
Right.
said before.
And I think even smarter is like that they collaborate with East West West because I think if they didn't, then they would probably have somehow gotten a bit out of the conversation, right? I feel like the collaboration with East West
Maybe,
West
yeah,
kind of
maybe.
keeps them a bit more afloat because
So it's like together, almost the same thing, kind of. Mm.
yeah, because they're like closely tied.
Engin is the god of matchmaking.
I think him and Neil are really good, right? The only thing is Neil has just been like he hasn't been making like the same kind of matches he used to, right? But now he's getting back to the bit with some of the more well, like the Armors matches are fun, but I feel like for me when I've been watching Armors like recently, I feel like it's only fun because like I kind of know you guys like Tobias and you competing there, right?
Mhm.
Like I feel like for guys who don't know it, then you won't really be too much invested, right? Like compared to say you watch some Arm Wars from 5 years ago or not 5 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, where some Devin and Michael Todd are fighting or something like that.
It
People are
depends
way
on your
more invested.
perspective, I guess. But for
Yeah,
sure, Engin is doing a fantastic job, right? Like,
yeah, Engen is yeah
all of his
insane,
matches is fantastic, like great.
insane. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe
agree.
Neil is no, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like Neil kind of this is just my opinion. I feel like he kind of is. He's if he focused a bit more on more, like now he has a bit of him. Like in the dark card, he has one really high match, right? Like, but usually it's just Devin. But if he started really bringing a lot more like elite
But you
guys
see, at the
over,
same time, it's also his tactic.
I know, but I
Uh,
feel like it's maybe him. He's maybe like gambling on the wrong like thing in some way.
the
I
only
feel like
thing which
people
he.
care. I don't know. For me, I feel like people care more about the guys who like have some kind of like I don't know what to say like that they've seen compete somewhere else and like that you kind of I don't know. What do you
So
think? Like
meaning higher level guys.
I
That's
feel
what
like
you're
people
trying to
care
say,
more about high level guys here.
and especially in arm wrestling, right? Like
Yeah.
because we are competing against each other, so if you yeah, whoever's
You
stronger
want to see
is
the
much better.
best, right? You want to see
Yeah,
the
you
best
want to see the
fight.
best. So yeah, I think like Neil's tactic would work so much better if he just focused on the best guys
Right, because
because
the product is really good, right? Like,
yeah.
but it needs some more interest, right? People
But you
to be.
see, for Neil himself, maybe he does like watching arm wrestling, no matter who is pulling.
Hmm.
Maybe for him it's just interesting. But
Yeah,
for me myself, yeah, it's also I care about the biggest names, biggest guys. Um, and if he would keep highlighting those bigger names, every single time, so you know them better, you start
yeah,
to learn
right.
the story and so on.
Yeah, and that
Then I
would be
think it
the
will be
exact.
perfect.
Yeah, I agree. Like that would be the exact same uh concept as he has now, right? But it would just be with people who people just have more interest
Yeah,
in, like so it
but
would
also
just amplify the whole thing.
but it's a bit difficult because then maybe you need to invest more money. Seems like
Yeah.
Neil is playing it carefully now.
Hmm.
Doesn't want to spend too much maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, but Engen is doing just great. I feel like if Engen added some of these smart business tactics,
Yeah.
mm,
But yeah.
more story, then he would be great.
Yeah, just need
But
some kind of videos before, like need more promotion, right? Like I think
yeah,
the podcasts are really good, but like
yeah, the podcasts
more
are great, right? That's almost
that's
pretty
kind of
much,
that's the
yeah,
promotion, right? Like that's what
yeah.
helps build
That's what really helps.
interest.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you need even more. Like you need in-person videos and stuff like videos from like the athletes training camps. Like you need some kind of like really
but and
like
it is happening. I feel like it is happening. They are every single time they are improving
yeah.
it.
But say imagine East versus West send like camera guys out to say you're training for a match. Say they sent some camera guy out to you and film some video for you, like
Right,
asking you about how you're preparing for the match. Like that would build way more hype. Like
right. So it's quite a
for
simple stuff
example,
like that. Yeah,
right? I was thinking like for the Todd Hutchings and Brzenk match, there was like no build up. There was not even a podcast at all. Like nothing,
really.
no promotion at all. And such a big match. Like
Mm.
why haven't they like just hired some like crew to just record some like questions and like
I guess it's still all
snippets?
about money. It's still maybe a little bit difficult to.
Expensive, yeah, yeah, true. But that seems like a next step for sure to have some more promotion.
Can you compete in two classes at WAF?
Yes,
Only with different hands, right? Not
because
on the same hand.
Alishan competed in 110 on right and the 100 plus on left, so you for sure can.
So you could almost say that the answer is no, because if you talk about a single hand, then no. Because we treat different arms as completely different things.
But you're still competing in two classes, right? You're in one class and another class.
So yeah, it depends on how you look at it, but I would.
You
To
can't,
me,
but
it's like to me, it's pretty much no, because like
you
imagine
can
I
no
would.
like this. Maybe you can say like you can't compete in two classes, but you can compete in multiple classes. I don't know if that makes sense, but maybe it doesn't.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Kind
don't
of.
know,
But like I
but
guess
in some way,
people understood it. Yeah.
right? Yeah, you can't join one class with the. You can't just basically only compete in one class with one arm. I think that's the way you should say it, right? One arm can only compete in one class.
Yeah. Hey, come on, man. Do you want to take on like, an ancient crazy George? Yeah, it was not my idea, by the way, but
Yeah, it's just people are suggesting it all the time.
but yeah. For example, I want to take on the ancient Engin Terzi at some point. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, ancient.
Have you ever had any serious injury from arm wrestling? Yes. I think the three most serious injuries were always connected to my elbow here. Mm, I would sit in these top roll positions, and then something would partly tear off, so my arm would even like open up immediately by itself. So it happened three times. I think twice on the left, once on the right, and the last one on the left took years to heal up, and that's also still the reason why my left is a bit weak now. So yeah, it happens, and it's not
So
great.
funny question. Andrea's
Ser-
asking if
no,
you.
it's a
Yeah,
serious question.
yeah, okay, yeah, but it's funny to me. Like, what do you think about Daniel versus Derek? So
For
I'm
which
guessing you said
Daniel?
Prokopchuk. Quite obviously Prokopchuk, right?
You think Prokopchuk?
I think so. Because he's asking you, right? Like,
Uh-huh.
what Daniels do you? Okay, yeah, it's Prokopchuk. Yeah. Oh, maybe it's not. I don't think he's asking about our
No,
Daniel.
no, yeah. So let's assume Prokopchuk. Uh, Let me think. Derek might, if he makes a mistake, he might lose. I feel like the levers are so different. Daniel can get a good setup, and so it is possible for Daniel to do something.
Yeah, and his left hand is sick.
But yeah, Derek is big, and yeah. Oh, sorry. Which one
No,
did
it's
you?
Prokop.
Okay,
No, I have
okay.
it. I
So
have it here.
imagine 8 more years of training. So yeah, you guys better be ready. 8 more years, always improving.
8 more years of
Uh,
aging.
8 more years of 10 raw eggs every day. Let's go.
Yeah, 10 more years of being miserable.
Stem cells, minerals, plus magical electrolytes. Yeah, electrolytes also.
Magical electrolytes, stem cells.
Now I'm
Yeah.
taking some electrolytes even before the arm wrestling practice.
Yeah, you did say that. You did say that.
Yeah. Start riding at 70.
Yeah, good time. Prime Mintaugas at 70.
Yeah. I 100% agree with Minde about who have shit technique and endurance. Yeah.
This was the one I wanted to pull up for. Are you a better coach than the Latvians?
I think that I am 100% a better coach, much better coach than the Latvians.
Are you smiling?
No, I'm
No,
I'm
no, it's
serious.
because you said it and then you kind of pulled a bit of a smile, made me kind of laugh.
The Latvians are, of course, not bad. They are quite innovative and they have many interesting exercises and stuff. But I feel like we are very focused on the exercises themselves. where to me, we have many guys like even in our club who are working hard, exercising for years, like 10 years or more, and they still don't see any good results. So I would try to highlight really many mistakes which people do, and then that makes them just plateau and they can't really progress anymore. I feel like that is so much more important, like good diet, sleep, everything. The exercises, like, almost doesn't matter what you do exactly. It's almost the easiest part of the sport, like it just stimulate the muscles, stimulate the joints. You don't really have to be too smart to figure that out. I feel like the other part is more important. For example, like how do you still keep getting stronger at 32 years of age, or 40? Um, how do you keep your testosterone high and so on? So I feel like these questions are a bit more important than the exercise programs.
Easy. Roix, right? Roix.
10 ROX per day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, what else? Armors is so boring to me. Some low-level guys pulling each other over and over again.
I
Yeah,
think there's
so
some good matches, but it's really hit and miss. I think that's the problem, right? And you kind of, if you watch one bad match and you're like, or one match with like you're just like don't you don't bother, right? Like
yeah, I feel like they have to present even if they have two lower-level guys fighting each other, even then you can still maybe introduce their level a bit better. Like, okay, these are, let's say, someone the national champion of some state versus the national champion of some other country and so on. So the guys are still somewhat relevant, right? Like like there must be some reason why are we fighting.
But is it really that like relevant? Like
Yeah, you see, it's a difficult sport. If you are not number one or top three, let's say,
yeah, it's like
suddenly it's boring to watch. Nobody wants to
yeah,
see it. Like,
yeah, it's tough. Like it's exactly like fighting sports, right? Like as soon as you lose,
exactly. So you
then
either
you're fucked.
be you better be the best, because if you're not the best, nobody will care about you.
That's why I liken it so much to fighting sports, because it's exactly the same way fans look at it, right? Like it's
Yeah.
if you lose or you're not at a really high level, then you're shit. Like
And you
so,
see, in fighting sports, at least it's a little bit more dynamic, because um, I feel like there is a bigger luck element involved. Yeah, maybe let me wait until Mars is back. Just occasionally it doesn't manage to gain attention. Okay, so welcome back.
thank you.
But yeah, I was just saying that in fighting, I think you have a bit more luck sometimes is involved, and then you can still beat the champ in some special way because you managed to knock him out somehow. Like did you see the Strickland fight? Like,
Yeah, I did, but that's not luck, right? That's not luck. That's skill.
no, of course it's not. But
Like he's
don't
setting
you
up.
agree with me that it's
He's
a bit
setting up
more?
the trap, right? And then he capitalized on the
Yeah, but
trap.
you see, so they know how to set the traps up. It will maybe work once,
Right, and next time it maybe won't work.
The next time it will not work, and like so.
I
Meanwhile,
saw
in arm
that.
wrestling, if you build the tendons, the joints, and you beat the other guy, it will take the other guy years to be
Get
able
strong enough.
to catch up.
Easy,
Yeah,
yeah.
and you
Yeah, I
can do it
remember I
100
saw
times in a
some.
row. It will be the same result.
Yeah, exactly. I saw the coach of Adesanya saying that we don't really need to change anything for a rematch. Like,
Oh yeah, like it's just
yeah,
try again, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, agree.
So that's why arm wrestling is maybe even tougher, because you
Right, but
cannot get these
it's
lucky moments that easily.
you could say that, but at the same time, like people in fighting sports care a lot about this, like the having no losses. In arm wrestling, people are not as like the record kind of, right?
No,
They're like
maybe Levan was the first one to say that I never lost
I
a
would never
round.
lose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Mm,
even he still hasn't lost a match, right, in his professional career.
right.
So I think people don't
Ah, but
really care
again,
about that as much.
but this professional career, I'm not even sure what it means here in arm wrestling.
The super matches, right? Super matches.
Because okay, but Vafa, the level is still pretty high. Like he was,
Right, but WAF is amateur, right? Still, what you call it, right? Like it's like you say like in boxing, you say Olympic boxing is still amateur boxing, right?
no, so true, but realistically,
Yeah, it's the highest shit level, right? Like yeah, of course.
yeah. So or even higher, right? The highest maybe. So it's like it's weird to call it amateur, like
No, but I say like
because
it's probably more
we
difficult
also
to win the sorry, but it's probably more difficult to win the East versus West championship than winning WAF.
I would not say so. No, I think winning VAF is more difficult because you have to be really lucky to go through all the huge tournaments. Like, may because let's say you can be Samushia, maybe one by one you can deal with the guys, but suddenly you go to some AMC tournament
Right, but
and they fuck
Samusha is
you
not
up just because it's the
right.
draw, da, 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe yeah you got lucky once, but then the second time someone will fuck you up. So
But
it's
see,
difficult to go through the tournament.
Samusha is not at WAF now. Like
Yeah, I wonder why not.
right. And so like I think probably maybe right now, maybe at this point in time where East versus West are still like there's not even champions in every weight class on both arms, right? So maybe the level is not fleshed out as much.
Yeah,
But I feel like the more title matches that there are, the harder the level, the harder it will be for you to become a champion, and they will for sure be higher or harder than at WAF. Like there's no
but
doubt about it.
also on the other hand, if you talk about professional and amateur, the meaning of professional meaning means that you are getting paid and you survive on it, right? So I feel like many athletes are still getting more money out of VAF by just because of course VAF is not paying anything, but the government is supporting them and they don't have to work. They just train for arm wrestling.
Right.
Meanwhile, East versus West maybe cannot really do that yet.
True.
Like we cannot support them.
That's why you see guys like Ongabayev
Or
still
maybe
go
the
to
biggest
WAF,
the
right?
biggest guys, the biggest names, maybe yes, but not.
Yeah, like, for sure.
I think Samushia would get more from VAF actually.
Right, they get a lot in Georgia, right? Like,
Yeah,
so yeah.
maybe he was just a bit confused now because
But he was trying to win AMC
Georgia
also,
was
right?
banned for a bit.
But he was also trying to win AMC. AMC is also good money, right?
Yeah,
So I don't know. Yeah, but I think realistically, in a like a perfect situation, then East versus West will be tougher when the whole level is fleshed out. Like there's
but
been
also
nothing
it's
that
just the same guys on more gear at the end. No one will come out not from VAF. Everyone will come out
yeah,
from
I
VAF.
guess you might be right about that, to be honest. Yeah,
So it's like,
and also at
is it
some point, right? Like it's probably gonna be a goal to have testing at East versus West, even, right?
right? So
Like
and
I
then
think.
so at that point it's the same guys.
Hmm. So true.
Look, somebody or Timmy is saying that imagine Armor's Battleground, Sanders, Aljan, Krasi, Ryan, and
Yeah, like what? That would be insane.
would be
Like
epic, right? Like
that would be
so that
fucking. That would pull so
imagine,
many guys. Yeah, imagine how many people will watch that. Like
yeah, you just make it happen immediately. Everyone will start
right. And look,
completely tuned
you
in.
you don't need any like the story is already there. You don't need any
Yeah.
like to do some like people have seen their matches at WAF and are like
So you
let's
see,
see
it's
it. Like
not that difficult. Not that difficult.
no, you
You
don't need to
might
build.
need some investment to attract the names and to because maybe they don't want to do it for free.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Right.
that seems like it will work
Right.
because then
Like
you have production and
and this is like
everything.
this is so much more interesting than, no disrespect, but like some like Uncle John versus some strongman or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like let's be real, like who really like cares about the outcome, like about that match, like.
You know what? Maybe Neil is still hoping that some random people will start noticing it.
Right.
Because for a random person, then it might, like, I'm sure he's okay to watch the match between two lower level guys. The match somehow ends up being very dramatic,
Yeah.
and then it's just perfect, right?
But you see,
But yeah, for the real arm wrestling fans, it's maybe more difficult to get interested.
but see, like I feel like that's the logic is kind of flawed. I think because just you can just kind of look at the results of like what arm wrestling matches have the most views.
Yeah. So you're right.
It's all the big names. Like it's not some small random
Yeah.
guys. Like it's big names that have the most views. It's like Devin versus Suplenkov. It's Levan versus Devin. It's Ermis versus Levan. Like it's the big names. Like those are the
Yeah,
ones.
you're right.
And
You're right.
it's not just arm wrestling fans watching those matches. Like it's
And
people
by the
see
way,
it and
too. So
go.
Neil will release Armors will release some stuff tomorrow, right?
Is
Devon
it?
versus
Oh yeah, it's this weekend. Yeah.
Georgi. Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
tomorrow.
Who you don't do you know?
I
So
don't
if you
know. I don't
okay,
know. No.
so you can predict it, or you
Yeah,
don't
I
want to
can
know.
try to guess.
Yeah, I have no idea. I have actually no idea.
I would I would really like to see Georgi win, but uh-huh. So yeah, guys, I would really like to see Georgi win, but seems like Devon is um, doing quite well lately. Always bragging about his speed. Okay, welcome back, Mars.
Thank you.
So I was just saying that, yeah, I would like to see Georgi win, but somehow seems like Devon is too happy about his left lately.
Right.
Yeah. So I have a feeling that maybe
Yeah.
he ended up winning.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know who to say, to be honest. Like, so yeah, maybe I'll say, I'll probably say Devon as well. Even though I think I just don't know I just don't know where Georgi's left is. Like,
Yeah, me neither.
I think his right
I
is
think
good.
I think the guys here talking about the stuff that you mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
like you see, they were follow the fighters, training camps and stuff. They're good to watch. Could do something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
So
think
that
too.
normally works. Like the story is nice, and
Mm-hmm. I think we'll probably get to that at some point. I think it's just a matter of time. They will get
out
there.
of the 30 matches he organizes with no names, there of course will be a few tiebreakers matches that he will upload on YouTube. Yeah, so in
But
general, I can see some negative opinions about
so
Armors.
clearly, Andrea doesn't like ours. Like, yeah,
But yeah, I cannot really, I
no, there's
cannot disagree too much because I have to admit, for me, it's also maybe a little bit boring sometimes.
yeah, I think he could do the exact same thing with better names and have a even better product, probably.
But also on the other hand, like when I think about it now, the last couple of weeks I was watching was those pre-match interviews, like Mika and some other guys, Philip. So when I'm in the car, I'm driving, I am listening to that. So
I also did watch the Tom Holland. I like the Tom Holland versus Popescu match.
uh-huh.
But those are also kind of some better names than like
So maybe we have to give it a bit more time, maybe just over time.
because I guess Popescu was kind of Amor's guy and kind of
Because
so
still, you see, we don't really, let's say we are complaining about it, but at the end we remember what happened and we are following a story, and maybe after a
right.
while,
But maybe I
maybe
think
after,
but just based on like what you were saying, like Neil wants to attract the non-arm wrestling guy. I think
yeah,
we know that because we follow it quite closely, right? But I don't think the average guy. I don't think if we ask
yeah.
down the club, I don't think 90% know who Popescu is. Like I feel like it's probably 5% or something, right?
Yes. Um, Tim is saying that Engen is 12-0 versus me in super match. Yeah, to me it's always funny. How come Engen is always counting like 12-0, you know, like let's say we were fighting on the left, we were fighting on the right, and every
Right.
single round, you know, it
He
means like
counts every
12-0.
round. He counts every round.
Because to me it's just like maybe
Yes.
2-0.
Yes,
You know.
2-0. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, actually, it's one.
So
one. It's 1-1
if I
on
beat
the
him,
right hand. It's 1-1 right hand and 1-0 on left hand, right?
yeah, so 1-1 on the right, 1-0 on
Right.
the left.
You
So
can't count the same hands on.
yeah, you can't
No,
count the
I
single
think
matches thing.
he's just doing this because you're also kind of teasing him. So I think he's
Okay,
just
so maybe
way
he's
of saying-
like
I don't think he feels it. Maybe he does. I don't know, but you don't count it like that, right? Like you count right hand and left hand separately. No
yeah,
one's saying that.
you know, you
Adesanya
meet
can't
on the
beat someone's
day.
left.
You meet on the day and you see, okay, whoever won, that guy
Yeah,
won. You don't
exactly.
count it.
No, I think it's just again being a bit blind to respect towards you.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, he is the
does
last
it-
winner.
How does it feel to be the most hated guy according to Armor's interviews? Yeah, so it's a nice joke.
It's not a joke.
Trust me, it is a joke.
No,
But yeah, maybe it's getting
No,
too convincing now by now.
no, I don't think it. I don't even think it necessarily has anything to do with the armors thing. I think also just people on your matches at East vs West are kind of commenting like, "This guy is so annoying," and then like, a bit cocky, and he
I
loves to
don't know,
move.
like
Why is he talking like this? And like, right?
I feel
Like there's comments like this on your matches, right?
but yeah, but at Arm Wars it's
Yeah, it's a
not
joke.
really
Yeah,
a joke.
yeah, of course. But you have seen these comments on your matches, right? Like,
Yeah, but everyone gets those kind of a few of these. Like it's
yeah, but you get a little bit more
because
a little
these
bit
are
more.
also in some way it's like people are making fun. Just like I don't think I have any serious haters. I don't think I have any serious.
Maybe not in the way that Devin has or something, right? But I feel like some guys they probably just watch it once and like this guy's
So
a
you
bit
see,
annoying.
I feel like I need more haters. I need to
Yeah,
like.
you need to be
That's
more.
why sometimes I need to play like a fake character a little bit,
Yeah,
so I can get more haters.
yeah. It will come when you get more famous. You will get more.
Yeah, probably it will. But okay.
They'll keep the same ratio, like 50-50, and you'll just have 50% haters
Yeah.
and 50%. I don't know, fans.
Yeah. I was so happy for Strickland because he wasn't supposed to win. I guarantee you, if he was hoping. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. And they're 100% doing a rematch. There's like
They are doing it immediately, right?
I'm sure. Maybe not immediately, but I'm sure they're gonna do a rematch. Like,
and some people are saying, Adesanya should not get a rematch immediately.
Probably, but he's so marketable, right? Like they're for sure gonna try to make him the champ again. Even like with Pereira, right? Like lost Pereira instantly rematch. So, but it's not his fault. Like Adesanya is really good. So, but maybe let's not talk about UFC.
Yeah, someone is also maybe agreeing with you a little bit that East vs West champions can beat WAF champions, which is mostly true. But yeah, I'm still saying that maybe some lighter weight classes would still be competitive. Trust me, it's not easy for Samushia to go even through like 80 or 85 kilo class with some crazy Kazakhstan guys.
Yeah, and Shock and Shock is 7 left, right, but still. They're like that's why Timmy is saying here as well. Like, oh, sorry.
A prediction for a match that already happened. Yeah.
What is this?
Georgi versus Lara.
Oh yeah, no, but we don't know. We haven't seen the match, so.
Yeah.
There's this like I don't think the Olympic gold medalist can beat the undisputed champion in boxing. Professional boxing has a higher level. I feel the same about Armwrestling. I feel like it kind of logically.
Yeah, so generally you have to agree because the heavy boys suddenly there's a huge difference. Like somehow at WAV.
But also, if we're just likening it to boxing, I think also like in the professional way, like some Olympic boxer is not gonna beat like someone like Crawford or something like it's just different. Like
Yeah.
it's just
So
different.
in boxing, maybe it's even more apparent.
Yeah, I think
But
it's
then,
probably more. Yeah.
but in arm wrestling also, I guess
Yeah, true. Because there's
the
not
higher
so
weight
much.
classes, the level at WAF, higher weight classes is literally not that high.
Yeah, I think you're right about like the difference between WAF and each and professional is not as big because professional guys still go to WAF.
But the big boys, the 130 kilo guys, no, they don't go to WAF anymore.
Georgi was in WAF last year,
Okay, Georgi.
so
Yeah,
there's
Georgi is a nice story,
and
right? Like
and
he now beat Morozov.
Arif, Arif has also been in WAF a lot of times, and there's still a bunch of guys, and Ongabayev is going, and like
I almost want to see a fresh and healthy Morozov have a rematch with Georgi now.
man, it's same story, same story. Georgi took the we can't even Georgi took the match on 1 week's notice or something.
Oh yeah.
So like,
Look, somebody still haven't seen Minda versus Tom Holland right-handed. Yeah,
mm,
I haven't seen it myself. Like I just see it so small bit. That's so funny. And that match was like yeah. You see, that's crazy, right? That was quite an important match. Like people were interested in it. Me and Tom Holland, like what's gonna happen, so on.
yeah,
And then it gets almost hidden
yeah.
because
Neil didn't even say like, or not to consider, but there wasn't even any like public announcement that okay, the match was uh, not so good, so we and
yeah.
ended in this result, but we decided not to
And
produce it or whatever.
he did post it, but it's again it's hidden under some big paywall, some high level membership.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Yeah, I was a bit
You're
was
still a bit
strange to me
annoyed by
also
this.
a little bit because yeah, you see when people are interested, everyone wants to see it. So it's weird to suddenly
Not sure
not show it. Let's say just because it didn't
because
look
it wasn't
good
close.
or
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, right. Um, so maybe okay, yeah, same thing.
Yes.
So maybe let's finish off on this. Oh, maybe this is just he's just saying that you're the best guy from 70 to 75. Or I'm not sure if he's saying that you are or that he's asking who is,
Mm.
but I think he's saying that you are the best guy.
But I will be in 8 years at my peak.
Man.
Come on, don't you trust me or what?
No, but can you not do it a little bit quicker maybe? Like you're gonna like
No, but so 40 is my peak. What can I do?
I don't know, like if your peak is at 40, do you need to be at your peak to beat these other guys or
Okay, so maybe I can do it earlier. Yeah, but worst case
Mm.
scenario, at 40.
At 40? Okay. So what happens at 40? And do you win every WAF class or what's
No,
the
I'm
goal
in
for 40 years old?
at least 75 kilowatt worlds.
Man, what is this low goal? If this is your
Maybe
prime,
also.
that's gonna be your
This is not low. Go and try to do it. Like you
no,
will
but
see.
come on, you're close to that already.
So yeah, but still, I still.
Now,
But look,
now
even if
we're
I'm,
saying 8 years of trainings and eggs, like,
but
and you're
but
gonna
look,
win one class higher in 8 years of training.
but so it's not about just let's say now I'm close, right? Okay, I'm close.
You're close.
But some of these names like Alan, Prokopchuk, some other guys, you need time to catch up, right? Because maybe they are somehow doing it in a different way. Maybe my way is more like slow and easy. Maybe they
Right.
are risking more. Maybe they are committing much harder. Maybe they will decline like much earlier for one reason or another.
Maybe they won't.
Maybe maybe at 40 they don't arm wrestle anymore. Like so.
But like that's just speculation, right? Why would they not arm wrestle anymore? And what is isn't Daniel like 28?
Yes. No, so Daniel, I think he will continue for a long time.
I think so too.
But some guys like Nurdolet, for example, I'm not sure if we will see Nurdolet for too
He's
much
even
longer.
younger, right? He's even younger.
Right, but I don't know. Sometimes these guys just disappear.
Yeah, okay, true. But yeah, so that's the goal. In 8 years, you will win 75.
And maybe 80.
That's I see. That's
But yeah, so
more ambitious. I feel like that's more a little bit more like it.
but you see, so I feel like it's very good that I got 70 done
Mm-hmm.
because now I can maybe, it will be
Now,
easier for me to come
now
down
you
to
feel
75.
yeah,
So now I can focus on 75.
yeah. So you're
I'm
not gonna go 70 next year.
not sure. Let's see. But it would also be nice to just repeat it. But
Maybe you can even test it off at Europeans, like see
right, right.
if Europeans just kind of try test.
I basically just need to beat Daniel, right?
I mean, that's it.
That's
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. So on the right,
Or and Kristaps.
Kristaps is getting annoying. Yes, Kristaps is getting his
Imagine.
his style is annoying. Everything
Yeah,
is
he
annoying.
he has the perfect style to beat you. Like really.
But maybe I don't know. Maybe on the right, I'm just strong enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and Kristaps, I need to meet him again on the left
Yeah.
just to
Me
see
too. I think he has
what's up.
an annoying style for you. Like
Right, right. But I feel like I know what to do as well. Last
yeah,
time it was just a mistake.
could be. Yeah, could possibly. But I think maybe should we look at maybe closing out the stream now? It's almost
Right. Yeah, we
almost two
spent
hours.
more than 2 hours here.
Yeah,
So
like more than double the normal time. But
thank you
that's
everyone
fine.
for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope that Marius will have a good weekend and the rest of the Friday as well.
Likewise, likewise.
Same to everyone else also.
Right.
Somebody says hello, just arrived. Regards from Romania. What? I Hermes rated my TOEFL. I saw
Oh
that
yeah.
like 8 out of 10. The guy doesn't but okay, Hermes is a smart guy. I respect his TOEFL a lot. Mostly, I just dislike him a little bit for riding that hard.
No, you said oh, okay, maybe that's. You said that you didn't like Hermes at all. You think he's overrated, right?
I said, yeah, he's overrated, which basically he is, as we saw in the fight with Devon.
Oh, one match doesn't make you overrated.
So the reason why I say that he's overrated is that his frame is just not big enough to keep fighting against the biggest guys. I feel like he will struggle. That's the reason. But yeah, I understand that he is preparing in very smart ways and training in smart ways. So maybe he doesn't understand my way of top rolling. I think if he took a better look, maybe he would rate me higher. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I
So yeah.
guess
Once again, have a good weekend.
right. And I don't
See you
even
next
know
week.
when we're gonna do next stream. Who
Probably
knows?
Wednesday, right?
Probably, but who knows? Yeah. So
So
see you.
see you everyone.
See you guys.
Ciao.